Let's dive into the world of hell money, the ultimate afterlife currency that's less about burning through cash and more about keeping your ancestors living their best post-life. It's burned as an offering to make sure your loved ones are living in style. In Chinese culture, descendants burn hell money, also known as joss paper, to send wealth and material goods to their ancestors in the afterlife, ensuring they stay comfortable and well off. But here's where it gets interesting. While it's called hell money, it's not because your ancestors are chilling in the underworld in eternal torment. Far from it. The term hell comes from a quirky translation issue, but really, joss paper offerings are all about sending the good stuff. No matter where your ancestors are, whether it's the underworld, heaven, or somewhere in between. The practice of burning joss paper as offerings dates back over 1,000 years in Chinese history, but the specific tradition of burning hell money is a more modern twist, starting in the late 19th century. Joss paper refers to any kind of ceremonial paper offering that's burned for spirits, ancestors, or even gods. The most popular type is hell money, but you can also find joss paper that looks like luxury items, all in paper form, of course. Think mansions, servants, pets. If your ancestors were pet lovers, cosmetics, to keep them young and pretty, iPhones, iPads, or even luxury cars. The idea is to send whatever your ancestors need to enjoy their afterlife in peace and comfort. Maybe even to bribe the hell officers for some extra privileges. Burning these paper goods ensures that the material wealth is transferred to the spirit world. Now, here's where things get a little lost in translation. The word hell on these notes doesn't mean your ancestors are suffering in a fiery pit. The Chinese concept of the afterlife, is more like a bureaucratic realm where souls are judged and might go through some trials. It's a temporary stop for most before they move on to better places, or reincarnation. In other words, DU is more like purgatory than eternal punishment. The word hell was introduced by Christian missionaries and got mixed up in translation, leading to the association with the afterlife. Nowadays, it's just the term that's stuck. But don't worry, your ancestors aren't assumed to be in a bad place. They could be in paradise, and the joss paper is just making sure they have everything they need, no matter where they end up. There are two big occasions when burning hell money, or joss paper, is a must. Qingming Festival, Tomb Sweeping Day. This is when families visit their ancestors' graves to tidy them up and make offerings. It's all about showing respect and making sure Grandpa's afterlife bank account is flush. Hungry Ghost Festival. This is where things get spooky. During the 7th lunar month, the gates of the underworld swing open, and all the restless ghosts come out to play and eat. Obviously, these ghosts are usually hangry spirits who didn't get enough love when they were alive. Burning hell money helps keep them from haunting your house and ensures they're not too cranky in the afterlife. Hell money is just the start. Today, you can burn paper versions of luxury items, mansions, fancy cars, luxurious watches, designer bags and clothes, the latest tech gadgets, you name it. Basically, your ancestors could be sipping tea in a paper mansion, checking their paper iPhone, while cruising in their paper sports car. It's all about ensuring they live a high life in the afterlife. And yes, every year the trends change to keep up with what's cool in the living world. So your ancestors won't miss out on anything and will always stay up to date. While the tradition remains strong, there's growing concern about the environmental impact of burning all this paper. With climate change in mind, some people are starting to explore eco-friendly alternatives. After all, no one wants to contribute to pollution just to send grandma that paper Chanel bag. Could we see digital offerings for ancestors in the future? Maybe. In the end, hell money and joss paper offerings are all about respect, care, and ensuring that your ancestors are comfortable in whatever afterlife realm they inhabit. It's the message that says, we haven't forgotten you. It's a beautiful tradition that shows love and care, no matter what trendy paper offering you're sending up in smoke.